Welcome to WebbyCrown Solutions. In this video, we'll walk through the Webby Odoo branding login theme, also known as Web Brand, an add-on that lets you apply your company branding across the Odoo backend and login page. We'll cover how to set your primary and secondary colors, update the backend navbar, buttons, links, the browser tab title, favicon, and how to style the login page for a consistent brand experience. This add-on is maintained as version-specific builds for Odoo 14, 15, 16, 18, and 19, and can exist in your project as separate folders per major version, so the experience stays consistent even when Odoo's web framework changes between versions. From the top menu, open the Settings application. In Settings, locate the Web Brand/Branding section. The exact label can vary slightly by version. This is where administrators manage branding parameters that affect both the backend web client and the login page. Start with your branding colors. Primary color. This is the main brand color used across the interface. Secondary color. An optional supporting color for secondary actions and accents. Navbar color, if you want the top bar to use a different shade than the primary. When you save, the add-on applies these colors using Odoo-compatible CSS variables and dynamic style sheet injection, so it can override the compiled enterprise defaults cleanly. Now, let's look at the backend branding changes. Open any backend screen, for example, contacts, sales, or inventory. You'll notice the top navbar reflects your configured branding color. Primary actions, such as create buttons and main call to action buttons, match your primary color, including hover and active states. Links and highlighted UI accents follow the same brand logic, so the interface feels consistent end-to-end instead of mixing Odoo's default purple with your company colors. Next, let's check the browser tab title. With Web Brand enabled, you can set a custom backend window title part, so users see your organization name in the tab, helpful when multiple Odoo instances are open. Next, let's check the favicon. Upload your favicon in the settings, save, and refresh. The add-on updates the browser icon so your Odoo instance is clearly identifiable for users. Now let's look at mail/discuss styling. Odoo 18 and 19 focus. Open Discuss. The sidebar active item and outline follow your configured branding via Odoo's mail sidebar variables, and we apply extra V18/V19 safe overrides so the active state stays consistent even with Odoo's newer UI layers. If you use Odoo Tours, the tour pointer accent colors also follow your branding so guidance overlays match your theme. Next, let's look at tags. Wherever Odoo renders tags, for example, on many-to-many tag fields, the tag styling can be aligned with your brand palette, so tags don't clash with the rest of your theme. Now, let's move to the login page. Log out, or open a private window and navigate to your Odoo login URL. Here, Web Brand applies your primary color to login highlights and focus states, so inputs, links, and emphasis follow your branding. The goal is a login experience that looks like your product, not a generic default theme. Depending on your configuration, you can also brand the logo, background, and footer text/links so the first impression matches your organization. That's Webby Odoo branding login theme. Web Brand, one place to manage branding, consistent backend plus login styling, tab title, favicon, and modern Odoo 14 through 19 compatibility. Thank you for watching. For more information or to schedule a live demo, visit https://www.webbycrown.com or contact us at sales@webbycrown.com.